Yeah, I did.
Shame.
Right?
Shame. Shame. Shame.
What's going on, people? Welcome, welcome, welcome. What up, Wax? Do y'all hear an echo? Because I think yeah. Oh, cool. Okay. Shame TV too. Salima, what is good? What is up with you? I got my new headphones where I can hear it, but I'm not gonna run it off that tonight. Does my audio sound okay tonight, guys?
Shame. Shame. Shame.
We could get some ones if it does. Word, let's get it in. Okay. Tonight's title, Sonetta's Redemption. Yes. The old man wants to be redeemed. We heard it this week. For those of you who may not be in the know, we'll go ahead and play it again tonight. Just real quick. It's real quick, so it's not going to take us but a second to play it. Also, we're going to be doing some of this LEXX VORTEX style. Yes. LEXX VORTEX utterly dragged Michael Edwards yet again and raised some valid questions that Mike's going to have to he's going to have to answer these questions.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
See, what Sonetta did to Michael Edwards should show Michael Edwards Sonetta's true intentions and, his true nature of how he'll shit on everybody else for himself. Now, we're all wondering whether this Sonetta redemption thing is too late, whether it's a hoax, whether he's just doing this shit just because. We'll get to all that later. But right now, the point is he's actually doing it. So we have to commend him for doing it. Now, that's where the commending stops. And, well, for me anyway.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Today I did a video entitled Moors or Masons. Everybody that's coming on in, peace, peace, peace. Soul Journey. I did another video on evil Moors and evil Masons, or the evil Moorish Masons. I had a comments that I'm going to read probably tonight or tomorrow. We will be doing the morning yard chat from Shame TV. Yes, that's live from Shame TV. So let's do that. Let's push that. I want y'all to push Shame TV, get me some more shares and views to that page. I really want to start pushing that page heavy now. And perverts. Okay, we're going to talk about perverts like Harvey Weinstein, etc. But would Harvey been a pervert if the woman he was doing it to was attracted to him? Would he be considered a pervert then?
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Who knows? We can't call these things. But Shame TV too. Derek Jones Talks Live. They're all affiliated pages. I'm glad you guys decided to come fuck with me tonight on the Sunday Sundown stream. You know, you didn't have to, but you did anyway. And I'm more than happy that you did. So let us begin with Sonetta's redemption.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Sonetta is looking to be redeemed. He's looking for an escape.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
So to speak, an escape from the web of Polite. It's going to be very hard for Sonetta to separate himself from Polite because of all the fuckery that Polite was engaged in. But what this does for Sonetta is it opens up a whole nother level. What up, Healthy Heavyweights, Chemo, Triple C, everybody, Deep Prince, come in. What this does right now, Sonetta, is he's taking this to a whole nother level. See, once the acknowledgement begins, that's where everybody else starts falling by the wayside. Now, tonight we're going to focus on Michael Edwards as part of falling by the wayside. He has no choice but to fall by the wayside. When Sonetta came out and let the world know how he really felt about Polite, and that it's time for what we call Sonetta's redemption.
Now, as you can see, that's the part that got me. When he said Sonetta, when he called my name, that's the part that really made me look at this and say, you know what? I really got to come out and say something about this dude now, because it's getting crazy. And I know a lot of people been saying it, but like oh God and the Solomons and the other people been saying it, but when they were saying it, it was coming from a perspective of hate, y'all.
Now, what Sonetta is talking about right here? What is Frank talking about? Well, Sonetta was talking about his name actually being mentioned with Polite.
They were sending me the facts, so that's why. When I would call people, every time somebody would call,
hold on,
that's the part that really made me look at this and said, you know what? I really got to come out and say something about this dude now. I said, you know what? I really got to come out and say something about this dude now, because it's getting crazy. And I know a lot of people been saying it, but like oh God and the Solomons and the other people
and the Shame TVs, we've been saying it. You don't have to say me, but you know. But anyway, this is where he heard his name.
When my sister realized that she was being scammed, when he was sending
His brother Sunray
unsigned. Who does that? He's sending checks unsigned.
And that whole checks unsigned thing about Polite, that's a standard Polite operating procedure. That's standard Polite operating procedure. POP. Polite operating procedures. He sends unsigned checks. Oh, I forgot to sign you the check. Oh, I forgot to call you. He says he's going to call you at let's say 10 o'clock. Oh, King, I thought you meant 10 o'clock p.m. I was ready to call you at 10 o'clock a.m. Oh, King, my daughter is sick right now and I'm in the emergency room. I'm going to have to call you back, King. I'm on my way to Hong Kong right now with the money I got from you. I mean, with some King. We can't talk on the phone on the plane, King. POPs, polite operating procedure. to deflect, deny, deflect, deny until you get tired of the shit. That's what he does.
So we're like, why didn't you send a check? Oh, sorry, my bad. Now you send another check. You sign at the back. This man is nuts. You're nuts. You're absolutely nuts. And we will take legal action if this is not resolved. But we don't want to go that far. Because we know that this man has a family and we don't want to take another black man away from his family. We hope that Polite sorts himself out. He looks deep into himself. I think he needs counselors. I think the elders in the community really need to speak to Polite and like pull him by his shirt. I don't think no one's really spoke to him on a level like that. I feel like a lot of people are responsible, and no disrespect to Sanetta, he's like that. I feel like a lot of people are responsible, and no disrespect to Sanetta, he's like Sanetta, a lot of people are responsible, and no disrespect to Sanetta, he's like, you know what I mean? He's a great elder, but you need to really check Polite on a different level, because you made Polite who he is today. You gave him that platform to be. You made Polite who he is today on a different level, because you made Polite who he is today. You gave him that platform to. You made Polite who he is today. You gave him that platform to be who he is, and I feel like you should have realized how he was scamming people, and you should have realized what he was doing. And I feel bad for the Pills, because when they spoke up, nobody supported them hardly. Everyone kind of like got on the side of Polite. But now everyone's starting to realize this now, because I realize most people from the House of Consciousness don't mess with Polite. And that's why Polite is saying, like, listen, I've been tired and blah, blah, blah. No, because he doesn't belong to this community like that no more. As you can see, that's the part that got me. When he said Sanetta, when he called my name, that's the part that really made me look at this and say, you know what? I really got to come out and say something about this dude now, because it's getting crazy. And I know a lot of people been saying it, but like oh God and the Solomons and the other people been saying it, but when they were saying it, it was coming from a perspective of hate, y'all. You gotta understand it. A lot of people.
You see the psychosis with this nigga. He still, even now as that it's been confirmed. This is why I'm gonna have a hard time allowing redemption for Sanetta, yo. Even after it's been confirmed that everything that we was saying about this nigga was generally, basically, actually, factually correct, he still is saying that most of the people, including myself, who was banging on Polite and exposing the shit that he was doing, that was coming from a place of hate. No, it wasn't. That's what we kept trying to tell your old ass all this motherfucking time, nigga. It's not coming from a fucking place of hate. It ain't coming nowhere near from a place of fucking hate. Hold on a second, guys. Okay, sorry about that. But the crazy part is you keep calling everybody haters, man. And we're telling you, dog, no, we're not haters. We're telling you this nigga's a goddamn scam artist. Everybody's not saying the same thing. Everybody's not, you know how many emails I used to get of people showing me messages of this that they've had between this nigga. Emails straight in my email box saying, yo, I like your page, your platform, blah, 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 blah. I don't want to go to this person or that person. That's why I'm sending this to you. The fuck out of here, man. Wasn't nobody coming from no place of hate. We were coming from a place of telling you what the fuck this nigga was actually doing. You the one who kept calling people haters, and you're still kind of doing it now.
Coming from hate, and they was making up stuff, but nobody was sending me the evidence. Nobody was sending me the facts. So that's why.
How the fuck did I see this shit? How the fuck does LEXX VORTEX know about it? How the fuck does Solar Mind know about this shit? How the fuck does retarded ass Kev Gills out in California know about this shit? How come everybody knows about this shit? Everybody knew about people coming out calling this nigga a fucking scam artist and detailing the scams. Everybody coming out calling this nigga a scam artist and showing receipts, nigga, for this nigga bullshitting them. Phone calls, text messages of him bullshitting them. Him sending the same type of text message every time to different people once the scamming started. Everybody was showing this shit to Sarnetta, yo. So the whole point of Sarnetta's redemption is to say this. Yo, I don't believe you, dog. I don't believe you. I don't believe in you. I don't believe shit that you saying right now. I believe that all of it is all motivated just to cover your ass, plain and simple. Because I don't hear no person who's sympathetic about, who's showing empathy about what happened. Like, you know what, this was fucked up. All them niggas that I was calling haters, I gotta check myself, G, because I can't do that because these people were right. So even if he wants to say he felt that we were haters, he still has to apologize because we weren't wrong. You have to trust that our intentions were what our intentions were. How can our intentions not be what our intentions were, but we're telling the truth? You the one who's a hater. You is the one, Sarnetta, is a fucking hater. If you want to be technical about the shit, you're a hater of truth.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
When it comes to reality, facts, and information, Sarnetta, you hate that shit.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
What up, Chief Holiday, the root killer? This shit is fucking sad, man. But we're going to give you your chance, man, at some sort of redemption. We're going to give you a chance. You running your mouth, you coming out, you trying to expose Polite, but it might be too late, man. I don't know, Sarnetta. It might be a little too late, man. It might be too late because we getting the feeling like most of this is derived from a place of, I want to cover myself. Like, you want to know how I bust down that shit with you and Pharaoh and Young Seti when you just came out acting like you was trying to bury the hatchet and all that shit. And I was saying, nigga, please, that nigga's just doing that shit because he know that award show is coming soon and he really don't have nobody to push on that show to draw people for real, for real. So he knows right now, Sarah Seti and Young Pharaoh is popping right now in the conscious community. So he knows if them niggas show up somewhere, people are coming from all four corners of the United States. So with that being the case, he goes on and gives some lame, fake-ass apology, some fake-ass burying of the hatchet with Young Pharaoh, forgetting that he just, not just 2-3 weeks ago, just got finished calling them niggas basically and calling FBI and the police on them niggas on a whole live stream saying that they're involved in child exploitation with his daughter. This is the mind of this fucking nigga. That's why I say Sarnetta's redemption, hardly, but I'm going to enjoy him continuing to reveal.
When I would call people, every time somebody would call, and I'll come bear witness to it, I would call Polite immediately, and then Polite will put me on the phone with the person that was saying he got scammed, and then there's a whole different story. This is real talk, y'all.
That is completely fake talk, y'all. That is 100%, 1,000% fake fucking talk. There ain't no way in hell, dog. All these people that was accusing Polite of scamming them, he got you on the phone with these people, and they were saying, nah, it wasn't. We was just pretending. This is the shit I be talking about when I'm talking about Sonnetta's redemption. It's gonna be hard to do this shit, yo.
And Polite will call me and say, yo, son, look at this. Watch this. Watch this. Stay on the phone. And he would call the person that had just accused him, and they would be like, man, yo, nah, you did give us something. You didn't do, And I'd be like, damn, well, why is they doing that? Because it was a lot of people playing games, and a lot of people was just, and that's why they fucked it up a little bit, because some people would come out and make.
It's not his fault for not believing that the people who kept telling him that they were getting scammed were getting scammed. It's not his fault for not believing them. How could we fix our face to blame Sonnetta for this? It's their fault. It's their fault.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
It's their fault. It's because other people had pretended to scam Sonnetta, Polite, and Polite, was showing him, and so it actually hindered him from seeing the reality of the situation. Boy, I'll tell you, it's enough of this shit, man. This shit is enough to make your head fucking spin. It really is.
Look at this. Watch this. Watch this. Stay on the phone. And he would call the person that had just accused him, and they would be like, man, yo, nah, you did give us something. You didn't do, And I'd be like, damn, well, why is they doing that? Because it was a lot of people playing games, and a lot of people was just, and that's why they fucked it up a little bit, because some people would come out and make false claims about him, and then some people that really got scammed by him was really losing their money. So I was never able to really get to them people. But Akeisha, y'all know the system.
He was never able to get to them. Now I want y'all to.
The name of Akeisha Shabazz. How many?
Now I want y'all to remember that, because we ain't gonna talk about Sister Akeisha Shabazz tonight, but we will be talking about Sister Akeisha Shabazz in the coming future. Might even be tomorrow morning on the Morning Yard Chat, because I'd like to know why Sister Akeisha Shabazz feels. What does she plan on doing about this beast? Since she works for the beast, since she works for the people who are actively oppressing our people on a daily basis, we'd like to know what in the fuck is she doing to stop that and stop bringing up her name as though it's some high esteem. Because as far as I'm concerned, she works for the enemy. She works for the people who go around oppressing my people every day. And I ain't talking about no simple fuck nigga who deserves whatever happens to him. You know what I mean. I'm talking about the plethora of ones who do not deserve that shit, who get treated like shit for no other reason than this system is systemic racist based. And I don't care what color you are. If you work for them people, you're assisting them in it. Shabazz. Akeisha. Respect.
Akeisha Shabazz, with a show of hands. She's a lawyer. She's a sister. She's a sister. She's the lawyer. Y'all know who she is. I interviewed her. Akeisha Shabazz. With a show of hands. Come on, y'all. Well, my sister sent me, oh man, not one, not two, but a lot of email, brothers and sisters, with Polite going back and forth with the dudes that he was scamming. She even called me upset, saying, Sonnetta, we got to do something about this. She was willing to even take on the case for the brother, free of charge.
So she was even willing, free of charge, to use her connections with the European systemic racism court system. She was going to use her connections free of charge to assist Polite in further dodging and evading his responsibilities to the people that he was out here fucking frauding, to the people that he was out here fucking scamming. She was ready and willing to assist.
Shame. Shame.
Oh my
Shame.
gosh, man. Sonetta's redemption. Michael Edwards dragged by LEXX Vortex again in Perverts. That is what we will be going over tonight, guys, on your Sunday Sundown stream. Welcome everybody for coming in. We've been over 40 a couple times. Wow, on this little old page. It's crazy, the love that I get. I wonder how much love we're going to get tomorrow when Shame TV is back up on live. Woo-wee! Okay, so anyway, I'm not the only one, though I am the last man standing. I'm not the only one technically who's out here exposing this shit. So let's get into it.
You did the oh, you know what? I had erased that logo. Yeah, I did. Right? So you know I broke that story last month. You know what I'm saying? And when I broke the story, I had opposition. And I informed Sonetta about the story too. You know what I'm saying? At that time. And at that time, he said, hey, you know, he's nothing he can do about it, or he don't know nothing about it, or, you know, he was kind of, I don't know, he was scared, or he was saying, you know. And this is also around the same time that y'all remember the HOK hound dog, Michael Edwards, called, matter of fact, I'm going to play the show a little bit of from when I did the show, the phone call. I believe I still got it up. And Michael Edwards called in, and he was saying that I was silly and people were hating. Remember? And I also broke the Cargo Minium story.
Remember? Remember that they always say that you hating. That's always the term. That's always the throw out at you. Oh, he hating. Oh, she hating. Oh, they some haters. Oh, this person's just hating. And remember that. I want y'all to remember the condominium hustle out in Ohio when Polite was telling everybody he had businesses. Do y'all remember what Michael Edwards said? I remember exactly what his ass said. Michael Edwards said, Polite done shot to the moon on you niggas.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
His exact words. Polite done shot to the moon on you niggas. He out here getting black folks jobs and setting up businesses for black people and employment. Y'all can't fuck with Polite no more. This is what Michael Edwards just said less than a month ago.
I broke the Cargo Minium story. I broke the story of, you know, the brother that got $55,000. Took it from him, and all these dudes did was ridicule. And you know, I really got to take it all the way back to, but I'm gonna take my time, and we're gonna do this softly and slowly, and it just reminds me of that Lauryn Hill song. Oh, when it all falls down. Falls down.
Now, LEXX Vortex. I don't know if nobody told you, brother, but that is not
Shame.
Lauryn Hill.
When it all falls down. When it all falls down. When it all falls down. it all. Oh, fuck them.
Okay, Lex.
Should have been doing from the Blue Coat Network a long time ago. Now, I must say, yes, I don't like the fact that Sarnetta didn't give me my. Gotta give Sarnetta some props. He said it in the show, better late than never. Even though that he persecuted other people for doing what he should have been doing a long time ago.
And that is my whole issue with Sarnetta's redemption. It's not the fact that you're choosing to do it after you weren't doing it. It's not the fact that if you call polite your friend, you were skeptical, but nigga, we got this information, a lot of it, about him being confirmed a scammer and a liar from you, Sarnetta, because you were close to him and you came out and confirmed that shit. But the point is, all the shit you talked, all the shit you talked to people, all the minions you sent that niggas. I held a call-in show. You sent your minions. I can't even hold a call-in show because all your minions are calling, playing on the phone. Like, this shit is fucking sad.
And what a lot of other people should have been doing from the Blue Coat Network a long time ago. Now, I must say, yes, I don't like the fact that Sarnetta didn't give me my props because he's talking about a guy that I interviewed. The guy for the, he didn't say, yeah, you know, he mentioned Solar Mind and Oh God, but he ain't cool with me right now. So,
and Sarnetta, as well as the Brother Sunray story on the 10 grand. Yes, Shame TV. Yes, Shame TV. I think I got the Facebook comments to prove it. Left, if they should still be in one of the groups. Shame TV was the first to launch that on YouTube. Now, not period, but we were the first on YouTube to pretty much start pushing that out. About Brother Sunray and the 10,000. So, Sarnetta, you don't have to give me my props. Israel Doctrine, eat your heart out. You weren't first to do this. So, yes, but I get enough love over here, and I'll keep my love over here with my 40 people who watching me, because that's all that's watching me.
He ain't gonna say the work that the VORTEX put in, including the person he was talking about on the live stream, which I brought to the community. So Sarnetta, just bury the hate. I know you're mad at me right now, but you know, give me my props where props is due. You know. And on top of that, let me tell you something, Mr. Sarnetta. Your boy Garfield is next in line. So pretty soon, 3 years from now, you're gonna be having to give the same story if you don't catch on to Garfield now. But I think Garfield got hit. Garfield's smart enough to get out while there's still time.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Yes, as you know, a few months ago, we launched a campaign against Garfield. We were requiring some sort of real-time evidence of him actually repairing people's credit, since he had become such the guru at credit repair. But I began to get alarmed when I started hearing reports of him owing people money, not, you know, repairing their credit. They have no evidence, no sort of any history of their credit being repaired after they dealt with this motherfucker. So yes, Garfield, that cat, Sarnetta's pet cat, will be next.
Because remember, if you're gonna do it for polite, I brought you 2 people last month that said they got scammed by Garfield. He never paid them back.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that,
another Sarnetta production.
Stopped doing his show for like a month, and then he came back and he was a damn evolutionary biologist of lately. He wasn't even doing, you don't even talk credit repair that much anymore. But he's still old. He still got to see the young lady Aaliyah. And the young man that I interviewed, he scammed him. That's a couple of thousand right there. And I think he got the, you know, that's about 10 grand over there. So you're gonna have to deal with that too. So that if you want to be righteous, if you want to join the soldiers of the light, you're gonna have to. You can't have 1 foot in and 1 foot outside that. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna have to talk to Garfield too. Garfield the cat. That man will fix your credit and take a trip to Jamaica, and you'll never see him again when the damn trade line don't post on your credit report repair. He'll tell you that his office hours are from 9 to 5. So we call him Big Red, the Jamaican bobsled. But shout out to Garfield, man. I think, honestly, I don't know if Garfield's not a scam artist like Polite, though. He's a baby. He's not quite on the verge of scam. He's like, he got his feet wet in the scam. But let's talk about, but you know, one of the main stories is, remember when I broke the Cargo Minium story? And you know, the RBG Hebrew, Sarnetta's boy, HOK member, came out and said, y'all are hating. Polite is in Arkansas or something, building apartments for the community. And y'all need to stop this hating. LEXX, you obsessed with Polite and all of this. Now I wonder, this is what's going to be really interesting.
It really will be.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
I want y'all to pay attention. All these hater talk. All this defending Polite. All this was going on, ultimately, people, because they had no idea. They had no idea that Polite wasn't going to come back. They thought that everything was going to die over. They thought it was going to die off and die out and everything go back to normal. But it never did. And it never will. That's why some of them were hesitant about talking shit about him. Because when he comes back, then he gonna bury me and I ain't gonna get no shine. That time's over.
What is Michael Edwards gonna do now? Like, how do you get out of this? It's gonna be, he's very creative, but how's he gonna get out of this? Because you attacked everybody else who said something about Polite and his scamming.
Everybody.
Now you're a master. You're a god. You're a leader.
Shame.
And your husband.
Shame.
You heard him.
Shame.
The views of LEXX Vortex are not necessarily the views of Shame TV 2. Not necessarily. It's just for flagging purposes. I did not make that statement. I am only playing public audio and listening to it and critiquing, and that's pretty much it. But yes, Michael.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Sarnetta has come out and said that Polite has not shot to the moon on us, as you have said. He's basically admitting and come out and said that Polite is not out here creating jobs for people in Ohio, like you said, Michael. Sarnetta didn't even have the decency to call you Diddy, Michael, and tell you what he was about to do.
Shame. Shame.
That's crazy.
Shame.
Like his wife, you're like Sarnetta's bitch sometimes. What are you gonna do now that Sarnetta aka the Brother Baines Network, has come out and finally freed himself from the guilt, from the oppressive
from the yoke
of darkness.
Not the yoke, from the yoke
of
polite.
I no longer can be associated with the workings of Brother Polite. I has got to get free. Yelled Sonetta from the high hills of Harlem. Sonetta's yelling from the high hills of Harlem. Let us free. Let us free, just like Amistad. Free me, Polite. And he cuts the chains and the evil cords that Polite had.
Up in Harlem. Harlem was once a grand city. It still has the capability of being that. But Harlem was once a grand city. It was the place where Black people, in a time where we were really, really still fighting oppression, as far as just open oppression, because now it's hidden in the open. Harlem was a mecca. Harlem could not be denied. Now Harlem is synonymous with filth, and it's just not a good thing. And all of this came from you, Frank. From you, Sonetta.
Hey, Slay, don't just say streets love me, man. Yo, they be bugged at me, cause they be chopping bugs. They get the mother slap, double back, cut the slugs, traffic bugs, act for love, and children get snapped for hugs. All Kelly masks, Michael Jackson blood. Yeah, I wait for kids, go to court, smack the judge. Guns get placed in rich,
Son Campbell, Sonetta, the birth of Polite, might as well say is in Harlem.
That's when I feel the rock. Inside my little sock. Please, we pull out. Don't even do my clock. The mailbox, my car is pop. Up the stairs, baby. You got stupid and silly people talking about you have not done nothing for the community. See, that shows you that they so stupid and they hate it so hard that they don't come. I don't know how to eat best street. Cross from the morning to the night time. During that time, I'm being taken away from my family. You see what I'm saying? I'm giving a lot of my time to my people on the street. So when people say you have nothing to do with it, it shows that you don't know what you're talking about and you just a hating ass. When you talk.
Yes, Harlem. Old Harlem. It used to be a place of respect. Harlem, I think y'all need to kick that nigga out of there. He's making you look bad, and we want the Mecca back.
Sonetta's yelling from the high hills of Harlem. Let us free. Let us free, just like Amistad. Free me, Polite. And he cuts the chains and the evil cords that Polite had connected to him, which is a good thing. I'm finally that he decided to do. I think it probably had a lot to do with, you know, I mean, things are getting hot around here. It's getting hot up in here. And you gotta say things. So you got righteous caught up. I didn't really have all the info. I was backing the brother. It took me a long time, but finally, eyes has seen the light. And I must expose the light. So everybody, let's give Sarnetta a big explosion for that. He's seen the light, baby. And I gotta say, I'm gonna tell y'all, as much as I disagree with a lot of things Sarnetta does, I think he misuses his power and all of that. We love his platform. I still, you know, and if it's gone, you will miss it. Let's just be honest. You love to hate Sarnetta. You know what I'm saying? But you keep tuning in. So we love him. And he's growing. Some of us are slow developers. You know, he's been a slow learner. But I think someone said, do I got a call-in number tonight? Yeah, I'll probably, yeah, I got a call-in number. But I want to show y'all, let me find this Michael Edwards video and show you what happened when I brought out the story about the 50 grand, 55 grand to be exact. And I noticed now he did a slew of videos attacking me. All right, this is the HOK Hebrew, Michael Edwards. And then I went looking for the videos after Sarnetta's stream, and they were all pulled down. Why'd you remove the videos, Mikey? Stand up like a man. Just because Sarnetta came out, don't change up now. Remember.
You heard it. Just because Sarnetta came out.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Mike, you told me, Michael Edwards came out and said, don't make me play the audio. Nigga, you said, I'm my own motherfucking man. That's what you said.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
And you finished off that statement by saying that Sarnetta ain't your daddy. Well, Michael Edwards is still riding with Polite, even though Sarnetta has officially turned his back on a scam artist of the community. That should be the title of a goddamn video.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
You was the, and y'all need to leave Polite alone, and he ain't scamming. And you even called the brother crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, he said the Polite said the brother was crazy, and he deserved to get his money took. He said Polite, you know, should have had an escrow and all of this stuff. And I got the documents, by the way. But let me find that thing so y'all can hear it. Is this it? Yeah, I think this is it right here. Michael Edwards calls in. Let me see. But I got that conversation, I think. Hold on. So you can see how wicked these dudes are. So the next person you're going to have to cut off from yourself. Let me see if I can get it when he called in.
Just caping for this nigga. And he dead ass wrong. Straight caping for him. Talking shit.
Oh, here it is right here. Here it is. Available no more. It was sold or something like that. So now, listen to Michael Edwards.
Michael Edwards is taking Polite's award.
Look at this video.
There's not one person in the community that he hasn't paid, even music store, child girl. I saw her check. He said that.
Y'all hear this?
He said he saw the check.
Let me share the videos. This is the righteous Hebrew, Michael. You know, Chicken Bar and Jones up in Cali. Let me put a battery in his back.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Let me show y'all. Oh man, the vortex effect is really real, man. Now listen to this. Now he done removed all the videos now since Sarnetta broke free and had a moment of righteousness, right?
So once Sarnetta did what he did, see, Sarnetta just makes the moves because Sarnetta feels that he's the boss and that he's the king of all these niggas.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
So since he feels he's the king and he's the boss of these dudes, he don't have to tell them nothing. He could have easily told Michael Edwards, like, look, don't be saying too much about Polite. Go, or if you, whatever you said about Polite, you know what I'm saying, be prepared to change your statements, blah, 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 blah. He probably ain't say shit to Michael Edwards. Michael Edwards heard the live stream and ran to his fucking page and started taking them shits down because he knew that this onslaught, if it wasn't going to be Vortex bringing that shit to him, that question is coming from Shane TV.
Shame. Shame.
Yes, he's an obesity witness to the whole ordeal.
Let me show y'all this. Now, Sarnetta, and y'all know Sarnetta ain't gonna keep that video up there. So remember, this is what I put out. Right here. All right, that's fine. This 50 grand, it was really 40. No, it ain't.
You know it was unavailable
No, it was. Now, this is me talking to him about the dude I interviewed that Polite got for 55 grand. This is an HOK Hebrew. You see what I'm saying? Now, all his videos that he made counteracting what I was bringing out with this guy with the 55 grand, he said the guy was crazy. He said, you know, I talked to Polite. Polite told me the dude was crazy. Polite's a great guy with a great family, and he was building apartments to help the community, and we needed to leave him alone, and all of this shit. Now, all the videos that he made after this somehow mysteriously disappear after Sarnetta, his pimp, comes out and has a righteous moment in time. Supposed to be available at the time, then I guess Polite told him that it wasn't available no more. It was sold or something like that. So now, give me my money. You don't have the right to take. Listen, bro. Listen. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, bro. He didn't answer his calls.
You said the guy didn't know that the property was unavailable.
No, I didn't.
Hold on.
Polite.
When you give somebody money for real estate or escrow, you have to get paperwork that tells you the status of the account.
Now, see, he's making all these excuses, right?
For Polite.
Okay. But Sarnetta,
not as Polite's victim.
Out, man. I'm the one who told you about the 55 grand. And now you got to check your boy Mikey, right? And Garfield is lying in the weeds.
Mm-hmm.
Game unavailable.
Shame.
According to Polite.
Shame.
Listen, before you go on, I want you to go point by point with it. You're telling me that the guy had no idea of the status.
No, that's not what I'm telling you.
Okay, so if he knew, if he had knowledge of the status of his investment, how is Polite culpable?
Because Polite is the one.
How is Polite culpable?
Told him about the endeavor, and then Polite is.
How is Polite culpable? Polite's culpable because he took the man's money on the basis of making a business transaction for property. The fact that there is no property means to me that there never was any fucking property.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
What did the property disappear? What did somebody swoop in and buy it? If somebody else swooped in front of him and bought it, then it should be really no problem with handing this nigga his bread back. What's the big fucking deal? Nothing happened.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
If you come to me or someone comes to me that I know and I say to them, look, here, they tell me, look, I got to connect on some Jordans. They're official Jordans. If you give me $2,000, I'll bring you back 2,000 pair of Michael Jordan sneakers, different sizes and colors for you to sell. I know damn well that I'm not going to have any problem selling them fucking sneakers. Okay? And making my money, quadrupling my money. So, of course I would do that. Here's my bread. Then you go off, you go out of town, you come back, you say, yo, it ain't work out, G. Dude didn't have the shoes. He didn't have enough. He didn't have what he said. Basically, the deal is a no-go. And then you leave. The first thing I'm going to say, hold, before you get ready to leave, Chief, where the fuck is my bread?
Shame. Shame. Shame.
It's not even like Polite said, look, I took $100 for my time and trouble of actually moving around, even though the deal that it was a $100 fee no matter what, just because of my leg work, or $200. Okay, whatever. Nah, nigga, you give this nigga absolutely nothing back.
Shame.
And
Shame.
Michael Edwards feels Polite is not culpable at all? At all? A guy is selling fucking 60-inch flat screens, and I give him the money, and then he opens the back of the truck, and there's nothing on the back of the truck. There's no flat screens. What, he gets to close the truck and get in the car and keep my money and drive off? The fuck?
One that told him that the endeavor was no longer available.
Okay, and that sounds like what a good businessman does.
All right, okay, now listen.
Wow.
Now, you hear that? That sounds like what a good businessman does. So how do we reconcile these weird relationships with the Blue Coat Network? You know what I'm saying?
The Blue Coats.
Okay, it's not available, but you still, wait a minute, but you, and Mikey, what it really is, Mikey, is you owe me and you owe the community an apology.
That's right. Michael Edwards, everybody that you ever offended in defense of Polite, everybody that you ever talked shit about, everybody that you even made reference to because on the strength of Sonetta and all them niggas, yo, you know, all of them niggas, every single one of them an apology, G.
Okay? You owe everybody an apology. You teach the Bible, say you're a Hebrew Israelite, and yet you defended this scam artist, gray alien to the end.
And
still have my money now.
Does.
And then you go a year without giving my money back and not talking to me. And there was no property, boy. It's not available. So give me my money back. Now this is the guy that Sonetta is talking about tonight. So this Polite security guard used to do security for Polite. Got him for 55 grand. Yeah, I brought the story out. But Sonetta's too much of a hater right now. He's mad at me. He didn't want to mention it. You know what I'm saying? And you know, and say, yeah, I got to give it up to LEXX, man. He was doing the right thing, you know. But I understand the politics of the game. I mean, after a while, I did name them, their whole crew, the Brother Baines Network.
Okay, now you skipped over the whole 12 months that I was going to sit here and talk to you about.
Mike, you're supposed to be a man of God. No, you know it's wrong, bro.
Bro, I'm also a businessman and I own Kingdom Music. Okay, I've been a businessman for the past.
So why did he tell him he was going to give him his money back?
Hold on.
You hear this?
Slow it down.
You looking real bad, Mike. You looking real bad.
Hello, family. Shalom. Shalom. This is your brother Michael coming to you with a wonderful expose on robbery and theft in the Black so-called conscious but unconscious community. All right, as we know, for the past few months, we've been bombing the hell out of the frauds in our community. But I want to focus in tonight and do some numbers crunching, because this is where the rubber really meets the road.
Tell us who the frauds are, Mike.
And I told you, Frankie, that everything we do is calculated, buddy.
You heard him.
Everything we do is calculated. So I'll give you a little history back on this. Let's do the numbers crunching for the Kemet on Trial event. Why am I doing that specific event numbers crunching on it? Because I am as you would call it, a founding member of the Hebrew War Machine, right? No longer still associated with that bunch, but those are still my brothers in love. So the Hebrew War Machine was on display at this Kemet on Trial event. But now, Frankie doesn't know that. Frankie doesn't know I was a part of this. And he doesn't even know that all of this money that he made, I can tell you, that is because of me. I started all of it, and he admitted it on the live stream. I guess he cut that part out. He didn't want y'all to hear that. But yeah, two and a half years ago or so, I began beating up on Uncle Keck and Jonathan and the others, and this culminated in Kemet on Trial, all right? And a big money-making frenzy.
Shame.
But here we go. The Kemet on Trial event included a cover charge of the people that came to the Alhambra Ballroom. It included a live stream where people all over the world can be a part of this event. And yes, it included a collection, a offering, plus subsequent CD sales or DVD sales. But now let's crunch some numbers and let's do some calculations. Let's talk about first the Alhambra Ballroom, the owners of the Alhambra Ballroom. Who owns it? Gem Realty Management. JEM Realty Management. That's a group in Times Square, a management group, a realty group. This building and this business was purchased for only $21.5 million. They always do that to us. They buy because they know our people are desperate, and they make hand over fist with your community, the buildings. But anyway, Gem Realty purchased this building from a group that obviously owned this Alhambra Ballroom historically. Now, the Alhambra Ballroom, the Crystal Ballroom, can seat up to 400 people at its max and plus. Now, let's do the numbers crunching for just the live stream event. Let's start there. The live stream event, as you see on your screen, this is the actual screenshot from when it was, going in the heat of the debate, actually, when they were pretty much in the center of the debate. And again, Frankie, everything we do is calculated, buddy. We were numbers crunching while y'all was arguing. But as you see there, you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the view count down there as I'm pointing out to you. It's a little blurry on your screen there, but you can clearly see that there are spaces for 5 digits. Let me tell you what those 5 digits are. 67,690.
Shame.
That's the number of people that were viewing the event. Mind you, half of those people, the live stream dropped and they couldn't get it. So one more time, 1,353,800. This is a round number. of the finances generated from the live stream from Kemet on Trial. Over $1 million, ladies and gentlemen. If you think I'm lying, get your Texas Instruments calculators out. Now, let's go to the cover charge at the Alhambra Ballroom. We had people that purchased tickets, and I would imagine that they sold the tickets up to the seating capacity, which would have been about 400. Let's multiply 400 times 20. We get 8,000. $8,000. We can add that to the $1 million amount, and then let's add that to this collection, the offering that he took up that night. And let's add that to the donations of people that came in and couldn't, you know, they didn't buy tickets, but they took donations and slipped people in so they could stand up. That was going on. And so this collection and the extra money from the, you know, the stragglers at the door, let's give it an amount of about $2,000. Okay? That's probably a very low amount, but out of all of the numbers, we're going to go with that number to just plug into this $1 million amount and the $8,000 amount. Now, after we do all of those numbers together, we come up with a grand total of $1,362,800. One more time, $1,362,800 plus subsequent DVD sales that many of you probably bought DVDs and didn't get.
Shame.
Now, this is coming from the obesity priest because he fancies himself a priest, people. This is a priest talking. Now, he's scolding Sarnetta. This is what it sounds like. This is the real Michael Edwards.
So, let's talk about not having an accountant after you gather in over $1 million from one event. You don't have an accountant. You admitted that to me on the live stream. If you don't believe me, you can go on Sarnetta's channel and look. It's on Sarnetta Studios, and it says, Hater exposes himself.
You heard him. You heard him.
Shame.
That was the Michael Edwards that we knew. Or at least the Michael Edwards that we thought we knew. You know, that's a Hebrew priest right there. Is that not a Hebrew priest? But this guy right here.
You skipped over the whole 12 months that I was going to sit here talking to you about.
Mike,
is this part of your priesthood?
No,
you know it's wrong.
Supposed to be a what, Lex? A man of God?
Businessman, and I own Kingdom Music. Okay, I've been a businessman for the past.
So why did he tell him he was going to give him his money back?
Hold on.
You hear this?
Slow down. Now you're not looking at all of the stuff I'm pointing out. The first one, I just pointed out that that's a major red flag in that guy's character. He's lying.
Now you hear that? He's saying a major red flag is this guy's character. That's the guy Sarnetta was talking about tonight. The good brother who used to do security for Polite. He said the dude was lying and there's a major flaws in his character.
Now, this is coming from the priest. Priest Michael Obesity Edwards, the father of the Obesity Nation, is claiming that Sarnetta, you're wrong about Polite. Sarnetta is wrong about Polite. I might even edit the title because I might not even have time to get to that last part. Sarnetta is wrong about Brother Polite. So says Michael Edwards.
Shameful is that.
It really is.
You see what I'm saying about these blue coats, about the Brother Baines Network?
Shame.
Like, they're all over the place, man. It's like a wicked web of just confusion.
Mm-hmm.
So now he's the bad guy.
This is my statement. Now, the things that I'm pointing out. Number one, that guy knew the status of his investment from day one to the day that he talked to Polite this year.
So what?
He knew every single bit of it.
So if he knows every single part of the investment, every step of the way, wouldn't that clue you into why he's like, yo, give me my money back? There is no investment. There's no investment when there was nothing to get.
Even when it became unavailable. If it did become unavailable.
If it did become unavailable.
Nobody does that.
If it did, he knew when it became unavailable, if it became unavailable.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
When you give them money in escrow, you got a concrete example of what you're paying for.
So where's the, all right, Mike, where's the money, bro? Because the dude ain't got no property and he ain't got his 50 grand no more. So Polite has it, so where's it at?
Okay, now let's answer that one.
Listen to this.
This whole year that you said, you ain't negative. This whole year that you said Polite hasn't paid him.
And hasn't talked to him. Don't forget that part. I'm just saying, don't forget the part he hasn't even.
That's called avoiding.
Come on, Black Jesus Minister, with my brother stuff, Mike.
Minister Mike. I
You
hear
hear
this?
All of it has transpired that guy is privy to every bit of knowledge about him. In that entire year.
No, hold on. He didn't. Y'all hear this? Saying in that entire.
You acting like the niggas are.
But hold up, because you said something wrong. You said the entire.
Like the dudes on the first 4
He's not talking to him for. No, Mike. He's not talking to him for the whole year.
Shame.
Right.
Shame.
He had a whole goddamn
Shame.
year that he didn't pay him back, brother.
Yeah, and he wasn't answering his phone calls. That's the problem. He didn't answer the first time.
He doesn't want to address that. He doesn't want to address the fact that this man is avoiding him. Not answering your phone calls is what's called avoiding someone. Willfully. That's not in ignorance. That's not, oh, I don't know you're calling me. Nigga, you know he's calling you. Just like the brother Sunray said, you were answering, they know that you were answering the messages because they seen the shit light up on the social media page when you would read the messages. So they know for a fact that you was fucking watching and that you were getting the messages.
Shame. Shame.
That's crazy.
Shame.
The brother answered his call is after I did a show about it, and then he answered his call after a year. How you gonna take 50 grand and not talk to a man for a year, bro?
No correspondence.
Why would Polite have to talk to him?
He said, why would Polite have to talk to him?
Shame. Shame. Shame.
You hear this? I'm pushing it on Polite. So he's blaming the victim.
Basically.
It was supposed to be available when he gave him the money. No, bro. What are you talking about? So you telling me that he was expected for him to buy the house a year later? You hear this? I don't have all of those details. Now he's sitting here So Sarnetta, I mean, you gonna have to.
Mike, this is a good brother, bro. He ain't crazy.
He's still trying to call the man crazy. He trying to call the brother crazy because the brother says, I want my money back because you provided me nothing. What the fuck? But that makes him crazy now. He crazy because he wants his money back from Polite. That's what Michael Edwards says. Sarnetta doesn't think so, though.
He didn't make the investment, Mike.
That means when you get there, you get the same paperwork as the seller and the buyer. Except you're a third party. So there ain't nobody under the table doing shit.
There is no seller and there is no buyer, Mike.
That's why I asked you where did the wrong
You hear this, y'all?
your word was that the polite
Hold on, y'all. I'm going to move forward a little bit. This is ridiculous.
So that's the number y'all can see up there. I'm curious to hear
that they can never see me coming.
You understand what I'm saying? Shout out to I Don't Buy Bull. Thank you for the donation, my brother. Shout out to
Look at you, I Don't Buy Bull. You everywhere, G.
Support the righteous, y'all. So here's the problem, son. You know, you gotta get a hold on your hound dogs.
The minions. The minions are running wild.
You ain't nothing but a hound dog. Crying on high. If you ain't ever gonna ride it, ain't no friend of mine.
Shame.
You ain't nothing but a hound dog. Crying on high. You ain't nothing but a hound dog.
Shame.
Crying on high.
Shame.
If you ain't ever gonna, that's what you are, Mikey. You ain't nothing but a hound dog. And so then you gotta get a hold of your hound dog. So what's this all about, y'all? Why even do this? Why talk about this? Because it's breaking news, baby. And we gotta give Sarnetta some explosions. He finally, I was looking and listening to this and said, no matter what the motive is, the brother tried to stand on something right. For once, he's trying to do the right thing. Somebody said play the call with Son. It's I don't know. That's on no, I can't do it because it's on 6 Dynasty show. And he might flag me. Yeah.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
So the bottom line is, now what are we gonna do about this problem now? And what are the people, all the people who talk trash about other people who have a lot to say about the blue coats and the audience that's listening, that support these people, and we've been the ones on the front line. People were saying, oh, you hating. We've been the ones that's been reporting the news, from even me and even Kev Gills. Shout out to Kev Gills and people like that. You know what I'm saying? And they were attacking the people. The Brother Baines Network was attacking the people who were standing up for the people.
Let it be known that Kev Gills did switch sides. Kev Gills, who was a part of the team exposure, decided that it was more profitable to bootlick and swing from Sarnetta's ball hairs. So that audio can be found on Shame TV too. That audio can be found on Shame TV. That audio can also be found on Derek Jones Talks Live. Just scroll through and you'll find plenty of Kev Gill's flip-flopping ass audio, and he is absolutely not a part of The Last Man Standing.
Shame. Shame.
Absolutely not a part of it.
Is trying to make it known. And I want a public apology from Sarnetta and the Brother Baines Network.
Me too.
I want a public apology from all of you. And then remember this, if we go back, the crazy thing is, remember when the red pill had came out and talked about having a tribunal. And Polite came out, and guess who was right next to him? Polite did the video when he did his Nino Brown thing and said, if I'm going down, everybody's coming down. Who was on that video with him?
Michael Edwards. But I'm glad that Lex brought that up, because that's how we're pretty much going to close the show out tonight. We're going to close the show out with the Nino Brown effect. What is Polite's next move? Polite, we know that you cannot allow Filthy Frank to run his mouth the way that he did about you. Now, what are you going to do about this shit, Polite? If we could take it back to the schoolyard days, Sarnetta just pushed you, Polite, and everyone's looking at you saying, ooh.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Everybody's looking at you right now saying, ooh, that nigga just pushed you. But again, I'm going to take this time to gloat, to say that we predicted this, to say that this is something that I called, to say that this is something that I told you would happen. The Minion War would start, the Minion War began, and the Minion War just destroyed the entire House of Consciousness. I told y'all people were going to start coming at Sarnetta from all angles. Everything was going to start hitting him from all angles. You got Javen Bullets, who was basically a little bit inside with you, Sarnetta, banging on you. You got him. He had to record Kev Gills to put him under control, to silence him out there from banging on him. So he got him by the balls, but you got Javen banging on him. You got LEXX Vortex exposing him and ragging on him. You got the whole Polite situation now coming back to roost. Chickens coming home to roost, so to speak. It's all coming down on him at one time. Now what does he have? Didn't I tell y'all? He's going to have to defend himself. That whole Zaza Ali shit and all that, please trust me, that shit ain't about nothing except trying to draw your attention away. Let me get a couple females, sisters, you know. Yeah. It's all calculated, man. It's all calculated. Just like this shame that we gave is all calculated.
Shame. Shame.
We know what you're doing. What we're waiting for is the return of Mr. Noak. We want Michael Noak to come and defend himself. Sarnetta is sliding you under the bus, Polite. He's sliding you under the bus. He's saying, I'm not going down with your black ass. That's basically what he's saying. He's saying every time something goes on involving anybody talking about scamming, anything of that nature, he's telling on you. That's what he's going to do. He's going to distance himself from you, And he doesn't give a fuck if you know it or not. And I'm kind of glad that he is. The problem that Sarnetta is going to run into is that it's too late, so to speak, but it's not too late. It's not too late for you to say something, so to speak, but it's too late. I don't know, man, to just, I don't know. It's kind of too late, Jim. I got to be honest, man. You've done way too much in this letting him slide game to a lot for us to just be like, okay, yeah, Sarnetta is exposing him now, so let's not, man. Like, you allowed this shit to go on too long. But again, I'm not gonna tell you not to, so that's where I stand with that. But this shit with this HOK shit is over. I hear Infa, my Toon Day is live. I told y'all, just like I predicted with this shit, I told y'all Umar is looking for another income or revenue stream, and he's gonna do it by way of YouTube. He's watched Sarnetta and all these niggas do it, so he figuring that, hey, I could do that shit.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
So just everybody watch out for these fucking scammers, man. Shame TV 2. This has been your Sunday Sundown stream. I enjoyed fucking with y'all today. And yet again, only 4. I'm only talking to 40 people. I guess it's true. See you guys in the morning. Have a good one.